seeing Tyler Davis. It's Tyler Davis, defensive tackle out of Clemson. All right, so I do like Tyler Davis. Um, we talked about this earlier because we actually had it break in the chat. I don't remember what team it was it was the Lions. Originally online it said the Lions took Tyler Davis and then it ended up being Mekhi Wingo. So we talked about Tyler Davis a little bit. I do really like Tyler Davis. My only complaint about this pick is position. I probably wouldn't have gone defensive tackle here when we haven't addressed receiver or offensive line. Um, so I'm a little bummed that we went another defensive lineman.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not overly excited about this pick. It's very meh. It's like almost like why
yeah,
wouldn't you just trade down? Like I just
exactly. And maybe they tried to trade down, but again, there's so many more positional options that you could have taken here. By the way, the Falcons just took defensive tackle Zion Logue out of Georgia. So Georgia guys staying in Georgia, playing for Atlanta. Okay.
I mean,
So again, I like Tyler Davis as a prospect. This is about where I
mhm.
had him going, but I just don't think it makes sense positionally based on how your draft is shaken out. You haven't addressed offensive line. You haven't addressed receiver. We talked a little bit earlier about how the Rams seem to be hell bent on just stacking the defense because I think they're very scarred from some games last season where our defense just didn't have the juice. But this might be taking it a little extreme. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, they're better players. Gabe Hall is a better player. Christian Boyd is a better player. Leonard Taylor, Marcus Harris, Fabian Lovett, also from FSU. I'm not too high on Tyler Davis pick here. I feel like this is probably somebody you could have traded down for. But again, they're going with the whole mold. He's 23 years old. He was a 5-year starter at Clemson, played, big time program, 6'2", 300 pounds, had a 1.71 10-yard split, which is pretty good. 29 on the bench. So, he's strong. I think really with him, he's got good get off. But I think the thing is he is undersized, the short arms. I just don't think he has the heavy hands that you want for a defensive lineman. So I'm gonna say this is like it's a 6th rounder, so I don't want to rip the pick too much. I think it's like a C, I would say. It's a C minus. I'm not overly enthused.
I'm
I hope
giving it
to
a C.
God, like I hope to God they weren't going to take Mekhi Wingo because that just makes me so upset if they were and the Lions like took him. I would have loved Mekhi Wingo, and Gabe Hall is the guy I would have taken here if I was going to go interior defensive line. I did predict though. I had a feeling that they would double dip on interior defensive line. I did say that. So yeah, to me, I think he's a good college player. Started 52 of his 56 games in college. I think he's a rotational guy. I don't think he's a starter or anything like that. I don't think they found a gem or anything like that. I would have just gone ahead and taken Brendan Rice. I don't really, maybe they're not high on him. Jalen Coker would have made more sense. I don't know, man. I don't love it.
Yeah, I just think it's a very weird positional pick. I think that, again, so many other positional needs that we could have addressed. I like Davis. I think this is about where I would have thought he would have gone. Um, but, I think that, just because we've already we've gone heavy on defense, I would have liked to have addressed offense, especially offensive line depth, receiver. Again, we're up at pick 209, so we're 10 picks out now. So